duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover. Paul and Patty know this. No matter where they go or what they do, they always try to remember what to do if the atom bomb explodes right then. It's a bomb, duck and cover. Sundays, holidays, vacation time, we must be ready every day, all the time, to do the right thing if the atomic bomb explodes. Duck and cover. That's the first thing to do. Duck and cover. First, you duck. And then, you cover. You duck and cover tight. Duck and cover under the table. It's a bomb. Duck and cover.
He did what we all must learn to do. You and you and you and you. Duck and cover.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
Y'all are listening to What's Left of the South.
Okay, hit record.
All right,
So my character told
Mark is discussing tabletop stuff.
my character told the mom that she was super emotional because she was on her period. And that got us in the house, got the woman away from the crime scene because she was like going in to like find period products. And we were able to stay in her house longer because I was like, well, she needs to like, you know, she's using the bathroom, she's washing her hands.
Doing period stuff.
How do you roll? How do you roll for that, Mark? How do you roll for period?
They were all D10s.
Yeah. How do I roll for PMS? How do I?
Yeah. So yeah, just gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Heck yeah.
Nelson, did you find what you wanted to talk about?
No, the saga of Mr. Bismarck has concluded.
Oh.
But I can't remember what I remember. I think it's so far. I'm not gonna lie. One time, I think it was recently where I was like, oh my God, I got 50 unread messages from y'all because I think it was at Easter. I forgot what it was. I was at work and I was like, oh God, I did not hit the meta AI assist. I went through
Thank
and
you.
read and I reacted. But I do remember saying something I wanted to talk about. Nothing crazy happened at Easter. I can't remember.
I was psychologically tortured.
Yeah. Oh my God, Mark, you have to tell us about fucking losing it over a lemon icebox cake.
Yeah.
She. I don't know if I've ever felt this much like contempt. Like, because like tiramisu is my favorite dessert. So like,
Oh.
I was like, okay, whatever. This was the worst amalgamation of lemon jello, cream cheese. This is gonna like hurt your ancestors, Nelson. She put one container of mascarpone cheese. The rest of it is Philadelphia cream cheese.
What the fuck?
At that point, why'd you even do that?
It's like a vaguely mascarpone no-bake cheesecake.
Mamma mia.
And you just soak the lemon fingers in practically straight lemon juice.
Yum.
And
where's the coffee? Is this just all lemon?
It's all lemon. It's quote lemon tiramisu, but it was just you dropped some cookies and some lemonade and then spilled lemon no-bake cheesecake on top of it.
And
the while I'm being misgendered and dead named.
and then she gets your grandmother high and she goes psychotic.
But like,
well, this could have been an episode of like some modern day sitcom, like Modern Family or something.
I put some sugar. I was like, I'll make it into kind of like buttercream icing, if that'll get it kind of the consistency. Because this was wet. This was sloshing out of the mixer. And that is the exact opposite consistency that this needs to be. And she's like, okay, it's ready.
Wait, what? You I drink it?
I was like, no, it's not actually. And I put some sugar in it, and she said, I saw you sneak some sugar in there.
Mm.
And I just said, yeah,
To look
because it's not.
fully in the eyes and just pour more in.
I saw you sneak some sugar in there.
I don't like that. It sounds.
I don't like
I saw
that.
you from across the bar.
Would
sniffed
you
a
like a
little.
lemonade soaked lady finger?
Ew.
That's what it's made
Freshly
from.
squeezed.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but when I said I did that so that the feeling would come out kind of normal, she started doing like a woe is me. Like, well, I did it, so it's not right. I was like,
No, bitch, it
lady,
isn't.
get out of my face. And then she left both of them here untouched.
Wait. So y'all got the ingredients. You made this
It took
monster.
us 2
And it's
hours to
been
make a dessert.
sitting
It
in
should
your
have taken,
house?
taken
Mark,
5
what
minutes.
what is wrong with your family? Is this generational trauma?
It is.
Okay.
It's because your people came over here.
Yes.
And then they claim to be Italians for the
Yeah.
next 50 years.
And they still can't make tiramisu.
It's
Maybe
lemon
the
icebox cake.
maybe the Cherokee are right about y'all.
Oh my
That's
god.
another thing. I went to my a birthday party for a 5-year-old, and the fucking white people there were like, "Oh, I'm 1/16 Cherokee," and
Hell yeah, brother.
I know I was like, "You're doing the meme, cool."
You're doing the thing.
And then they said that their family doesn't get along and they're mean because they're Blackfeet and Cherokee, and they notoriously don't like each other. And then I remember thinking to myself, wait a minute, let me think of a map of like North America.
Where these people are from.
And I was just like, yeah, historically.
For anybody who's unaware, the Cherokee historically lived in the southeast United States from like North Carolina south till it hits like the Florida tribes. And then the Blackfeet live in Montana.
Yes. They obviously
notoriously
they took a train before conversation. They obviously had
This
they
is such generational beef that they just like marched from the two areas and met in like
Exactly.
fucking Ohio and
And
just
the
had a
funniest-
fucking war.
and they fought in Ohio. That's why
the
Ohio is
funniest
cursed.
thing is my brother.
We actually had
the
high
middle
speed rail
child.
before the white man showed up.
The middle child looks up, makes eye contact with me, almost laughs, and said, "Well, I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry," and ended the conversation. It's like, yeah,
your
don't
middle
get
brother
me.
is like so visibly brown.
Yeah,
Like dark hair, dark features and everything. Like,
Yeah.
holy cow.
long straight nose, beautiful dark eyelashes, dark eyes. Yeah, and then you have Crystal. Like, I don't even know what her name is. Got
Wait a minute, does she
Haley
smoke Pall
over here.
Malls? Is she wearing cutoff denim
Yeah.
shorts?
Haley
Yeah.
Lynn. Hey, come on, give Haley Lynn get some Pall Mall somewhere down the gas station.
If anybody listening is ever in a situation where you got some
If
fuck
anyone
ass
is
white
just
people,
listening,
fuck ass white people doing I'm 1/16th, I'm 1/32nd, this blah 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 blah. I want you to look them straight in the eyes, all right? Especially white people who do this, especially straight in the eyes, as serious as you can. You have to say, "Oh, my great great grandmother was a white princess, but we can't prove it." Okay? And I want you to watch them try to process that information. And don't let it go. They'll if they're like particularly brain dead, they'll try to just go around it. Don't let it go. Just keep talking about it. Like, say where this princess was from. Say like, oh yeah, she was only 15 when she had her children. Like, really go in on this.
it's from Agartha. Do you come from a land down under?
Oh my gosh.
How
How
much
was your
extra-
Easter, Nelson?
I'm
Oh,
trying to
sorry,
remember.
Mark. What's that?
I was
Oh, go
gonna
ahead,
say
Mark.
I almost want to
What
give them
more
points.
traumatizing stuff happened?
Give them points for pulling Blackfeet out of nowhere.
That's
Yeah.
so Cherokee, because of where we live, right? We're
Yeah.
most used to hearing Cherokee. If you live out west, you're most used to hearing Blackfoot. I don't know why those two tribes are the ones that they pick on, but those are the two.
Mm.
That's why they're so mean.
Yeah.
Because their feet
Oh,
are black.
it's not
They
the
can't
white
clean
devil.
them. It's the Cherokee took their washcloths so they couldn't clean their feet.
No.
My dear skin
Those damn
washcloth.
Cherokee. They took our wash rag.
Where's my pumice stone?
Man, white people.
I know, right? Fucking white people. I am trying to remember what it was. I was like, oh, I can't wait to something, but I don't know. I forgot it because
He
I
is
feel like my
risen.
my mind is turning to mush, and I'm just like, you know what? I wish I could just be like everyone
The
else
rest of your family?
that doesn't understand what's going on in the world. It's like this this knowledge and intelligence is a burden.
Mm.
My brain is too big.
My brain's too big.
You see Nelson,
All
the
right.
side of Nelson's head. We know. There's too
I
many
do have a
thoughts
big
in
head.
there.
Way too many. Um, so Mr. Bismarck. Okay, so the saga of Mr. Bismarck has ended because my mom bought what are we on our third cage? This is a
Mm.
third cage, I think. She bought a brand new cage off Amazon.
Is she buying
Uh,
brand
There's your
new catch and
problem.
release?
what?
Is she buying brand new catch and release traps every time?
No, one she got from the shelter, and then the other one her friend gave her that was old and busted, and then she bought a new one. So she had it. The food was too far back, so the cat was just like kind of just getting over the thing and just eating the food and climbing and backing up. So I was like, "Oh, you need to put the food closer to the little pressure pad." So I put it right up the pressure pad, so its front paws, boop, and it obviously got caught. But then, and my mom had a blanket over it, right? Because I guess somebody told her to put a blanket over it so the cat doesn't panic or whatever. So, uh, the cat was it caught in the middle of the night somehow, and then I went out the next day, and I was going to work, and I noticed that I was like, okay, did my mom take the cat? And the trap was still there. The blanket was off of it, and the bowl that it had its food in had been like eaten, ripped up to shreds, and was like all over the cage. And the cat wasn't there, and the cage was still there. So I'm like, oh, I guess something happened. And then my mom texted me later, and she was like, the cat escaped, and apparently somehow Mr. Bismarck had pushed the trap door enough to like wedge it open and get out of it. And so he escaped another trap. So my mom has given
Freaks
up
me
on
out.
Nelson,
Miss.
when you say another trap, what happened with the first one that he was originally caught in? Do I
Uh
remember correctly that your
okay.
mom just let him out?
Yeah, my mom let him out because she said, I can't do this. I can't do this. Because
So
she
the
didn't
first trap was not a problem.
yeah, the first trap
And
was not a problem, it's just
now the cat has history of breaking out of other cages because it's been caught 3 times.
hell
So
yeah.
y'all have just taught this cat
Houdini.
how to break out of
Yeah.
these cages
Yeah.
when if it had just been taken care of the first time.
Yeah. Because he
You'll
got
always
caught.
be free.
And then the people said my mom couldn't take the cat until later the next day and to put it in like a dark room so it would relax. But she didn't want to do that and she couldn't do it.
That's gonna be
And
carrying on
then
all day.
she was too afraid that like she just didn't want to, she was like changed her mind. She always does. And just let the cat go. I was like, okay, we could have, I could have put it in the room in the shed. And then, but like, I don't know, she was like, ah, and like didn't want to do it and just let the cat go. Second trap didn't work, was too old. And then this one, he figured out how to break out. So there you
It
go.
was too
And now,
small, and then the other one was too cold.
yeah. So then, and then like one of the traps, I think that caught another cat. I don't know. I don't remember. But now there's like a
A
black
different
cat and
cat.
there's like a black cat and two gray cats. And I'm just like, mom's just going to stop feeding them and they'll go away. I'm like,
Good
all right,
luck.
that's the
They
end
live
of
next
the,
door. What do you mean they're going to
yeah.
go away?
That's the end of the saga of the cats. And I'm like, Mom, I knew this was gonna happen. You're the child of immigrants and y'all don't like pets, so there you go.
And that's why we have so many animals running around
Mm-hmm.
because people who just don't want to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I think that's why my
Mm-hmm.
mom killed my dog.
Yeah, maybe. But at least it's at a nice farm off in the countryside.
Upstate somewhere.
My
Yeah,
dad literally used that one on me. They were going to take the
Oof.
dog to a farm.
that's crazy.
Yeah, literally used that one on me. I believed it for a good long time too, because I didn't know that it was a common phrase.
Yeah,
Mm.
if it's a common thing, why would you say that to your kid? Like you're not gonna
Because
hear it.
because I was like 4 years old in 1992.
Young and
I mean,
sweet.
I don't know.
Young and sweet. You didn't know any better. You were not hardened to the ways of the world just yet.
No, it was a large pit bull like dog. I don't know exactly what kind it was, but it was a bull breed. White dog with a spot over its eye showed up on our front
Aw.
porch one day. I named her Sally. She was kept in our kitchen while my parents tried to figure out what to do with her. We've always been dog people, and they just decided that they didn't know enough about the dog, even though it was nice to me, that they didn't want to like risk it. So they told me they were taking it to a friend of my dad's who had a farm.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
Mustang Sally.
damn.
My like libertarian cousins are like really big on like VR Discord stuff, and like my one cousin like VR DJs, and apparently is friends with
whoa.
apparently friends with like furries, and I was
I
like,
was gonna
please
say
for the love
that's a
of
trans
God,
femme.
I was like, please for the love of God,
That's
tell
a
me you're
trans
not a
femme.
furry. All right, so
They are entrenched in the pipeline right now.
there you go. I
That's
can't wait.
that's
Oh
why I'm
my,
saying them because this is gonna happen one day.
yeah. And then the other cousin is like big into like VR. So that's a funny story because my dad's side of the family is so conservative. My cousin as a
Gotta do
joke,
it to
like
you.
every year puts Mariah Carey as his profile picture, like in the Santa Claus thing to like protest how much he hates like Mariah Carey's Christmas music as like a joke every year. And so
Yeah,
like
that's how you protest something.
he's autistic and like
So am I.
but he's a man. So
Okay, you got me there.
okay. And so, but to the point where like my dad's family was like, "Is he trans?" And I was like, I
Yes.
started cracking
I'm
up.
You're gonna
sorry.
start transvestigating your cousin.
Yeah, it was so funny. Which, yeah, this is a public podcast. But
Careful
like,
now.
yeah, I'll
Careful
tell you
now.
more stuff after we record. But like,
Yeah, believe the thing about my grandma getting high if this is a free one.
so for Mark's
She doesn't
grandpa.
need to be she doesn't need to be fired.
Nah,
Mark,
no
oh
one's
my
gonna.
god, how are they gonna find out?
Yeah,
There's 8
I
people
don't
who
know.
listen.
There's people preying on my downfall.
nobody even knows your last name. No one even knows who your grandma is. Oh, yeah,
They'll
people
find
praying
out.
it down. God, I hate my fucking job. Um, fucking. What else happened? Nothing really crazy. Nothing really crazy happened. No
That's a
one.
first for your family.
My dad didn't really say anything that off the rails. I'm really trying to remember what I messaged because I can't. I went back pretty far to see what it was. I was like, I can't. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck. It's probably the cat, or it's probably I don't fucking know, man. Like we're
No, I already
fucked.
yelled at you about the cat
Yeah,
at that
we're
point.
fucked. Can I bring up bring up some news? Let's talk about Whitey on the moon. Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
okay. So
I
do we want to
can't.
talk about what's been going on for the past few
Yeah.
days?
First off, I can't pay my rent, but Whitey's on the moon. A rat bit my sister Nell while Whitey's on the moon. Mark is getting dead named and misgendered, and Whitey's on the moon. Kai's having to take care of her sickly parents, but Whitey's on the moon. Nelson hates
Okay.
his job, but Whitey's on the moon. We're about to go to World War III with Iran and Israel, and Whitey's on the moon.
Move to Saskatchewan. I don't know. What are you
Yo,
saying?
Whitey's on the moon.
I'm sure that's like some big thing, but
It's a famous like spoken word poem from a black artist from back in the day when the Apollo mission was happening.
okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark. What the hell, man?
Mark, your
Why
white
didn't I
side.
know?
Mark, your white side is showing right now.
I'm only 1/8. The
And
rest
that
of it's
1/8
white.
and that oh yeah, I was about to say, and that white part was a princess somewhere. Your ancestors.
Yes.
She sure was, brother.
Oh man, Whitey's on the
So-
moon.
It was
That's
a
the name of the
gentleman.
episode. Whitey's on the moon.
So, okay, what's going on lately? We had the Artemis 2 launch that's sending
Let's talk
astronauts
about Kai, you
farther
watched
than
it.
they've ever been.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to see it. So what was it like standing out in your front yard?
In my
thinking, like,
yard,
is
in my nightgown, watching
being
it
like,
go
is this gonna be Challenger Part 2?
I've
Florida
Nelson,
Boogaloo?
I've watched dozens of launches from my front yard. They only explode every 20 years.
Can I say
Okay?
something, chat? Can I just say something real quick, chat? Can I say something?
No.
I wasn't hoping that it would blow up, but I was thinking in the back of my mind, if Artemis 2 did blow up, it would be the icing on the cake of everything that has gone wrong the past 10 years maybe, and like it would probably be the death nail in the American empire. If Artemis 2 would have blown up, I think it would have symbolized everything that has gone wrong in the past, like I said, 5 to 10 years, like 10 years at least.
I don't think those poor people deserve to be the.
The sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
Well, neither did Sally Ride or any of them. If they go
Exactly.
up, they know that it's going to be a dangerous thing to do. And I'm not
And people knew that shit shouldn't have launched.
saying that any of them
they
deserved it
launched
either.
yet.
But if I was somebody who trained to be an astronaut, if I was training to be an astronaut and I ended up going into NASA in a post space shuttle, post massive funding NASA. So the space shuttle program was ended like between 10 and 15 years ago. I can't remember exactly
after the Columbia disaster, right?
Oh, way after that.
Okay.
It was years after that.
Oh yeah, because I forgot Enterprise.
It was after I got married, I think. So it would have been after 2010.
And Discovery.
The last shuttle went off while I was going to be in Florida, and then it got delayed, and then the last shuttle went off after I had left. So
and it just kept going.
But like if I had trained to do all this, if I went through the massive amount of training, if I was as smart as these people are, because you have to be smart in multiple disciplines to be an astronaut, and to finally make it down to that, and then to be put into a space program that's half funded by fucking Elon Musk and hardly funded by the government anymore. And Musk is exploding spaceships. And now they're like, Trump is like, we're going to the moon. Like, fucking why? And like, I would be.
And then he calls you.
Yeah, I would be terrified. I would be terrified of the system that I'm going into, because this isn't if an astronaut is around my age, because astronauts can be fairly old when they're going into space. If an astronaut was around my age and they grew up in the age of space exploration from my childhood and watching the space shuttles and watching the ISS and all this stuff, and they finally made it through, and the way that they're going there is through this method, man, I don't know if I'd be able to go. I'd be so scared of the infrastructure that is surrounding this at this point.
Because we literally just watched like 2 SpaceX rockets explode a few months, like last year, right? And in Texas. And I'm just like, this fucking idiot is. Yeah.
Well, he didn't make any of it. He just.
So
has
this
his
was
name
just
on it.
NASA? Was this just NASA, or was this SpaceX?
I think this was just so okay. The space shuttle program from the 80s, 90s into the 2000s. I think we got up to 2010 at least. So like the 30 years that it ran, that was purely NASA. That was NASA. Pure. That was government funding. Mm-hmm. Then when they decided to end the space shuttle era, they were going back to the rocket era. There was a certain amount of time in the middle there where they're like, well, the funding for NASA plummets. Yeah. And then Elon Musk starts his SpaceX stuff in that same time. So that's why a lot of things that are happening in space exploration right now is like halfway funded or halfway done through SpaceX, which is fucking terrifying to me. Like, why is this just some guy? Just some guy. It's
some loser.
You're a regular guy. You can fund a space program. You're a regular guy. You can build a rocket. You're a regular guy. You can smoke weed on the Joe Rogan podcast. You're a regular guy. You could pay off your employees $500,000 in sexual harassment litigation. You're a regular guy.
You're a regular guy. You can leave your children and never speak of them again. You're
Exactly.
a regular guy.
You're a regular
You're a
And your
regular
children
guy.
have disowned you. You're a regular guy and you got baby mamas all over the place. And nobody's going to talk about you the way they talk about.
You're a regular
Black and
guy.
brown
You're
people.
such a loser that you couldn't go to Epstein's island.
Oh my God. That was the funniest shit. When Jeffrey Epstein was like, handle this. What was that cringe shit that Elon said when they said he couldn't go? Oh, it was like it's like island for the win. It was like
Oh.
but like he said something when he got denied. I know we talked about it before, but it was just so fucking cringe.
Sounds like the guy that kind of go, "Oh, rats!
Oh, jeez.
Dang it!
Oh,
Come on,
jeez.
guys!
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
He lands his
Willigers.
jet at the
Oh,
island and
guys!
it's just like
I really just wanted to hang out with you."
it's like he lands his jet at the island wherever like the like landing strip is, and they've got like the chain link fence locked all the way around it, and they're like, nobody move, nobody say anything, we're not here, nobody's here.
Yeah, the lights
He's just
are
out
off and
kicking
they're
rocks.
peeking through the blinds.
We're talking about child molesters. We're talking about child molesters who think this guy is even worse than them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's so
world.
fucking crazy. But Whitey's on the moon.
Mm.
Like I get why people say stuff like that. I'm still excited about space exploration. I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
why we're
fun.
doing
It's
this right
just-
now. I
Yeah,
do not
it's just-
understand why.
Bad timing, y'all. It was like, can
This
we
is-
maybe like
100%
Biden-
Trump saying I want a legacy and this is my legacy by
Yeah.
sending people technically further than humans have ever been in space before. Woo! Like,
Wow. Yeah, it's just and then the TikToks with a drag path and it was like the Challenger crew is getting them out of the atmosphere safely, and it was like the Columbia crew
That's
is bringing them
crazy.
back safely. It's like a drag path.
Maybe
I
it's
mean-
time to put the phone down.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Mark. And then, but no, nothing beats
Oh, I thought you were
one
making
about-
fun of it.
Oh, I know I am
My
making
bad.
fun of it. I thought you were saying make the
Okay.
phone. I should put the phone down, but like, well, no, okay, I see what you mean. You're right. It's time to put the phone down. But the best ones were the ones about the Carpathia, and it was I'm coming and I'm seeing.
Yeah, that song.
And
Have you seen the amount of
Like, damn, these are actually
Yeah,
really
yeah.
sad.
the
was like,
amount of
shit.
TikTok girlies who are fully like crying their eyes
Right?
out? Like, I get it.
I'm not
So,
gonna lie,
okay.
I teared up a little bit. I was like, shit, when that I
Nelson,
didn't know.
you are so into like ship history. You should be
I know
into this.
that I was like, this fucking thing is making me cry. Cause like, it was making me cry because I was like, God, I'm ship autistic. God damn it. I'm ship-tistic. Son of a bitch.
It's okay. It's shiptastic.
But I was like, there was because I had the Titanic autism, and I knew a bunch about the Titanic growing up, and it was like one of my
Yeah.
obsessions. I know, right?
Wait, Mark, did you have this too? Because we could hit 3 for 3.
I did like the Titanic.
Damn, we got 3 for 3. We got the Titanic autism in the chat.
Let's go! Fuck that iceberg. But real talk, I was just like, I didn't like I knew that the guy went to sleep and the Carpathia was like 4 hours away. I was like, it will be there in 4 hours. And they made it in like 3, and I had no idea they were running their engine so hot that like it permanently damaged them, and like they were going.
And there were people throwing things off the ship
things
to make
off
it
the
lighter.
ship. They
And
diverted the steam. The fact that it was only like registered top speed safely at 12 knots, and they were doing like 50, they averaged like 15, and like at any point, the boiler should have exploded. I'm really getting fucking into this. The
go
boiler
on,
should
get
have.
it, get it.
Yo,
Come on.
I'm speaking on this, okay? My TikTok girlies, I'm with you. The boiler should have exploded. That ship should have exploded. And they were just like, Carpathia was going to save her sister. And I'm like, okay, she wasn't part of the White Star Line, but I understand what you're saying. Girls got to help other girls. He was like speeding, like dodging, and for all intent and purposes, like that ship should have exploded or hit an iceberg, but it somehow made it to the Titanic an hour sooner than they thought it was say zoom in. An
The
hour,
crotch zoom.
like more than it was
hour.
supposed to. And then they were just like, it was the souls of the ones that already died on the Titanic that were guiding the Carpathia safely to the thing. I was just like, God damn, and that fucking music. And the captain was just like, I want the devil himself to fear the heat coming from our engines. I was like,
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
pretty
dramatic.
hard.
It's so dramatic. You peeked
I
out,
was just
Nelson.
like, I was like, yeah, the song. I was just like, God damn, this is sad.
It's classic girls girl, the Carpathia.
I think you're an honorary girly, Nelson.
Probably.
I mean,
I
I
had a-
think
I
I
had a-
gave up my right to bestow that upon people, but I
No,
think
you're
I
not.
have,
You're
like, a
non-binary.
couple.
Non-binary
Yeah.
is included in the girlyhood.
Yeah,
Okay.
really,
okay.
really masked
I won't be
non-binary. So
the-
it's kind of iffy.
I won't be.
Bro, your head is like perfectly like you have looked you have actually like took look maxing to like its extreme. I saw old pictures of you in your past life from when we first met to now. Your head has physically changed.
Yeah, it does that.
Like
Hormones change your body.
but the thing is like you've become like all those like shitty looks maxing like red pill dickheads want to do. I'm just
Say
like,
that to me.
Mark
That
did
one guy's
that.
on meth.
But the thing is,
No, not that part. Not the
Not
part
that
where they're
part.
physically decaying.
it's
The part where they like grow a
look more
jaw.
yeah, and they look more masculine. I was just like,
Well, thank
you have
you.
this
Thank
luscious thick hair, this like perfectly squared head and like
All the
forehead.
old ladies at work compliment me on my hair.
Of course, we compliment you on your hair
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
but you don't listen to us.
Yeah, you lucky
Yeah, but-
bastard.
I can't tell sometimes if the
I haven't-
old
I haven't
ladies are
had-
being genuine.
Mark has this like square head, like this like square head, and I got an egg head. I'm gonna start taking
I used to have a
testosterone.
very round face. So
I know, and it was
it's a little
small, and then your
better.
head got big and squared. You
Yeah, Mark.
blockhead.
Yeah,
You
Mark.
blockhead.
Small, round, big,
Yeah.
big
block-
square.
Mark was small, round, now big square.
Rhymes with grug.
Rock, is this true?
Man,
But we
Anyway, yes, I
we
was-
barely made
I'm-
it through the
we
space
lost the
story.
plot.
I know, right? It's like I'm a 35-year-old straight white man, and I'm crying over Carpathia. And
When's the last time
it's
any of
so-
us has laughed?
Shit that happened
It's been a long
113 years ago. 114, excuse me.
Got it. Seeing the walls of Eden. It was like shit.
About to a song about a guy who loves his wife so much he can't help but look back at her.
Oh,
Oh, I was
That's
like the
some-
girl. I was like the
some
girl-
Orpheus shit.
the
Some
girly
yearning.
pop. The girly pop ship is gonna go save her fellow girly pop because a man, an iceberg man,
Mm.
got in her way.
I love how Nelson tried to act too cool for all of this, and then I said, "No, Nelson, you have like ship autism. It's okay." And he immediately just went, "Yeah, I love it. It's so
The man,
need
the
to go ahead.
iceberg. Okay, you can't. There's a man is in there somewhere. That iceberg is a man, and it hurt the girly pop. And the other girly pop is coming to save her.
no divas down. No divas down here."
No divas
Save the
down.
dolls.
Oh, speaking of Diva Down, holy shit. So I went to the Red Fair. Anybody who's listened to us for several years knows that we go to the Red Fair together. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it happen this year. So I went with a friend to the Red Fair. And while I was there, we had a Diva Down moment.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You
What
guys,
happened? Oh,
we
no.
have to look out for our divas,
Oh
okay?
no.
So we went to go get lunch. And y'all remember going with me how fucking hot it is. And there's like no seating, right?
Mhm.
There's like those
Mhm.
little benches everywhere. So my friend went and got her lunch. Hers came out first. She went to find somewhere to sit. I'm waiting for mine. When I turn around, I see her at a table where there's another. Okay, so there's these two women, and there's bench seats at the table. And the one at the front of the bench is like, she's like straddling the bench and she is unconscious on the table. Like her head is like sideways on the table. The other one is behind her, also straddling the bench with her arms around her to like hold her up. and is like fanning her and like talking to her. So we find this was like the most girly pop moment, I swear, in my life. And if there was ever like an I love women moment, it was this moment, because as soon as all of us realized that this girl was having a moment, there was a woman who is sitting on the other side of the table who said that she used to be a Boy Scout mom. So she always has those electrolyte packs on her, always got them on her. So she gets out an electrolyte pack. She hands them a parasol as well. So me and my friend also have parasols. My friend has medical training. So my friend starts mixing the electrolytes, trying to get her to wake up a little bit so that she can feed the electrolytes into her. I go and talk to somebody else to get some ice. The girl that's working at the ice counter brings ice over to us and says, "Do you want us to call the EMS and all of that?" This is all women, all women.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
another one who's there who I come to find out, like in the course of the conversation, is working at a strip club in Tampa, and she's got her man trained. That man was like the coolest. So she says, "I need you to go do this, this, and this," and that guy just boom took off, went to do exactly what she said. So there's like me holding a parasol and fanning this girl. There's another parasol being held over her. My friend is trying to get electrolytes into her. The older lady that had the electrolyte pack on her, they had to leave. And then another group of women came over who were actually on a bachelorette thing, like it was a bachelorette group. And they come over and they have the giant like drag fans, like the huge drag fans, and they're all like just standing there like fanning her. And as this is going on, there's other groups of girls walking by going like, well, at least your makeup slayed, because she had like rhinestones and everything on her eyes. Like at least your makeup slayed. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's just all the like everywhere. Every time I turn around, there's another woman who's trying to help. Eventually, I have to go talk to somebody to get EMS over there. And so she had too much alcohol in that hot sun and just got sick and kind of passed out on the table.
Poor thing.
But like every time I turned around, there were more women showing up to help this poor girl. It was like it was
You
incredible.
got a glimpse of like a utopia.
Right?
It was so close.
It was like the most, like, I know that girl, she probably felt like shit, especially like to have like that alcohol sickness and then be like overheated on top of it. Like that's got to be a horrible feeling. I've never experienced it, but I know that that's got to be really horrible, and that she was probably like embarrassed afterwards. That's so, because she did end up like puking and all that, so like in front of everybody. So
No.
like she's probably really embarrassed, but like, and all of us were like, we are here for you, girl. We are going to protect you until you can get taken to the EMS tent. It's fine. So yeah, that happened.
Lovely.
So yeah, should we talk about what the fuck has been happening with the US president in Iran for the past couple weeks?
Yeah. Woo.
Take it, Nelson.
All right. So, from what I gather,
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can figure
anyway.
with that.
from what I yeah, from so as we all know, with the war, whatever, it's the bombing war of what's going on in Iran. The latest I've seen and what's been going on, um, so as we know, Israel and the United States are bombing Iran, and Iran's closed the Strait of Hormuz, which has caused oil prices to skyrocket, et cetera, et cetera. So from what I gather, from what I've seen on the news and everything, um, they want a ground invasion. Like people in the Trump administration and obviously Israel want the U.S. to do a ground invasion. Israel won't participate in said ground invasion, but and I think Trump to an extent wants a ground invasion, um, of an island off the coast of Iran where most of Iran's oil is exported from. I don't know if they have a plan, but apparently there's an island that Iran exports a lot of its oil from. And they were talking about having the Marines do like an amphibious landing and like seizing the island and all this stuff. And they were comparing it to like Iwo Jima, and like all the Trump was trying to say this. And then from what I understand, like a number of high brass in the Pentagon have like either gotten like resigned or were removed, mostly because they're like, this is ridiculous. Like this war is stupid. It's not working. It never was going to work. We tried to tell you you cannot do this amphibious landing. You're going to get thousands of Marines killed. Like this is ridiculous. And I was just watching the news tonight, and the editor of the American Conservative was like, Trump believed Israel and Netanyahu over U.S. intelligence that was telling him like this is not going to work, sir. But Bibi lied to him and said that it would. So now Trump is in this quagmire he doesn't know how to get out of, and his brain is like actively melting because on Easter he's talking about like destroying a civilization and like cursing and praising Allah and like all this other stuff. Like he's losing his mind. And he was like, on the last press conference I saw him, he's dropping the R slur and like cursing and like he's just losing it. And
Hmm.
um people thought he was gonna literally nuke Iran. And he was like, they have until 8 o'clock tonight to agree to
Because
the
he's gonna
ceasefire.
destroy an entire
Yeah,
civilization.
destroy an entire civilization. And ironically, Iran has a very one of the highest like Jewish populations outside of the state of Israel in the Middle East. And Israel launched its rockets to Iran and blew up a synagogue in Tehran, I think, that, during like a Jewish holiday that happened recently. And the Jews in Iran are like, what the
I
fuck?
think it's still
You
Passover right now.
Yeah, Passover. That was it. Yeah, they blew up a synagogue during Passover. Israel did in Iran, and the Iranian Jews are like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, come on." Um, and so and now we have a tentative 2 week ceasefire. They're going to negotiate in Islamabad, Pakistan. Israel said that they won't attack Iran, but they're still invading Lebanon. They're still trying to promote this greater Israel, and like they've invaded and want to occupy southern Lebanon and basically turn it into part of Israel, along with the Golan Heights. And Iran was like, "What the fuck? You can't do that." I think they've a ceasefire. They've worked it out, but I don't know. He's sending Jared Kushner another aide and JD Vance to Islamabad to negotiate with the Iranian government through Pakistan's mediator. Like you sent like the three dumbest motherfuckers you can like what the fuck? Like they're
Yeah.
not gonna get anything done. Um and so we have a tentative like 2 week ceasefire that might hold, it might not. And Marines were apparently practicing amphibious landings in California.
And being
So
told that this was to like usher in the end times or something like that.
yeah. And then like Pete Hegseth and them like
Don't
really
you
do
just
believe
love
that.
like the evangelical right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, he hosted a Protestant only prayer breakfast apparently, and I sent that to my dad, and he was like, "Ah, fucking Protestants." Ah."
I did ask if I was gonna earn a Protestant cocksuckers
Oh
or
yeah, the
cocksucking Protestants, excuse me.
cock sucking Protestants.
I'll
One
get
of
you
my
next time, you meddling kid.
I sent that clip. Adam clipped me saying cocksucking Protestant. I sent that to a friend of mine, and she made it her text tone. So now her text tone is
That's
cocksucking
crazy.
Protestants.
Oh, excuse me, sorry, my grandma's calling.
Cocksucking Protestants.
Text reads, "I love you, honey."
Cocksucking Protestants.
Just have your text to speech on, so it goes cocksucking Protestants, and then like you open the message and it's like grandma's in the hospital.
Cocksucking Protestants.
She's on life support.
Oh, and then apparently, so like I said, 2 week ceasefire. I don't know if it's gonna last the whole 2 weeks. Who knows? I have no idea. We like this really is like I think this kind of feeds into what Kai, your question in the group chat was like, what do boomers like who lived through the Cold War think? Like, what is this like? And I've talked to my mom about this, and she was like, she obviously came of age in the 60s and was like, yeah, the Cuban Missile Crisis, like everything, but like they just said, duck and cover. And then we really didn't understand like the threat of like a nuclear war. Like we knew, but they was like, oh, duck and cover, like uranium, like it's fine. The real thing that she mentioned was the Vietnam War. and how like so many people like from our high school got like drafted and like you didn't know when you're huddling around, especially when they basically ended college deferments and it was the lottery and you're like huddling around in this already unpopular war thinking, shit, am I gonna have to go to fucking Vietnam and die in a war that nobody wants to be there anymore? Like it's stupid. They lied about everything, blah blah blah. And then you had the political assassinations and everything and civil rights and everything going on as well. And like the only silver lining is that, and I brought this up that, at least back then, you could graduate high school and then get like a good factory job and like a job that, or if you graduated college, you were making a lot of money. Or if you just graduated high school, you could get a factory job and make a living wage and et cetera, et cetera. So there's definitely a lot of overlap, but definitely some distinctions. Like we're not, I don't, there's never going to be another military draft, in my opinion. So we don't have to worry about huddling around a TV. You know, am I gonna have to go to fucking Vietnam or Iran or anything like that? But then, you know, we're all overeducated, underpaid, drowning in debt, et cetera, et cetera. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
so
It is like this. And then, real quick, there was this is another good point, is that there was no 24-hour news back then.
mm,
This was Walter Cronkite, and like Edward, and like,
everybody sits
yeah,
down at 8 o'clock to watch the news.
I'm Walter Cronkite. It is the opinion of the supporter of the war in Vietnam is unwinnable. Like for 30 minutes, and that was it. We don't have like CNN, MSNBC, social media, 24-hour like news whenever we're not watching press conferences on TikTok live. I mean, we are, but we're not. That wasn't a thing back then. Like you had Edward R. Murrow, Walter Cronkite, whoever for 30 minutes with three channels to choose from, and then the radio part, and that's it. Then it goes back to the Ed Sullivan show. Here's this new band from Liverpool called the Beatles. I want to hold your hand. Like that was it, right? Now it's
Cool.
Trump farted and it could trigger a nuclear war live in 5 minutes. CNN, go.
Yeah, so I brought it up in the group chat. This is what I was thinking, that like I brought it up that after Trump tweeted about how he was going to destroy a whole civilization and they had until 8 p.m. and all that, that I saw three-quarters of the people that I know. Now, granted, this is people that I know. And so quite a lot of them are in the spectrum from just a little bit better than shit lib all the way to raging anarchist people, right? So there's like that spectrum plus like my family and all that. So like three-quarters of the people that I knew just went on with their lives, didn't seem to know or care or bring it up. About a quarter of the people that I knew were posting about like, I got to go buy gas. We could be starting nuclear war tonight. Are we going to be here for this? Like fully freaking out over what's going on. And I brought it up in the chat, like, so do we think that like nuclear war is going to start tonight? And Nelson's like, no, of course not. And I know to ask him because Nelson, if I'm going to compliment you on anything, you are smart when it comes to this shit. Don't give me that look. That's creepy. He's just singing
Carpathia.
so like I'm bringing that up in there, and then like obviously there was like a ceasefire was reached like within an hour of the quote unquote deadline and all that. But I decided that I wanted to talk to my parents, who both were alive through the entire Cold War. Did I cut out there?
No.
Okay. Yeah, both my parents were alive through the entire Cold War. My dad says that the first news story that he can remember was the Cuban Missile Crisis. And obviously they both went to school. My parents are almost exactly the same age as Nelson's mom. So like they all remember kind of the same things. And I wanted to ask them, so if we look at how presidents acted through the hot parts of the Cold War, versus how Trump acts. And this is not to say one's better or not. They're all shit. All right. I'm not, don't try to get me on that. But in the effect that like you would never get JFK or Nixon saying something like, I'm going to kill an entire country or something like that.
Not in public, at least. They might have
no,
said it
no,
in private.
it would not be reported to the public. They probably did. They probably got so shit-faced and said it behind doors somewhere. But like that would not come to the American public if that was ever said, versus Trump doing that. Now you have Cold War presidents not doing that versus Trump doing that now. The American population being panicked over lots of hot parts of the Cold War from the 60s, 70s, all that, like, versus the American populace now. The American populace in the 60s and 70s were panicking over a nuclear war that was actually further than they thought in a lot of times, versus now where the nuclear war is actually a lot further than these people were talking about. But the as far as I'm concerned, almost the entire American population was just like, yeah, another fucking Tuesday. Like, we all have to go to work, we all have to pay our bills, we all have children to feed, we have elderly to care for. Like, there was none of that same panic. So I was asking my parents, what did it feel like at the time when you were living through those parts of the Cold War versus what's going on now, where I feel like the two times, like the two actions are analogous, but the reaction to it has been so vastly different. And that's when Nelson and I started talking about like what has changed with the American population, and how that has a lot to do with the fact that the American population has been so kneecapped when it comes to protest or actually doing anything, like you were talking about, Nelson, like in the late 60s and in the 70s when people were really protesting Vietnam. Those protests are what started the US government kneecapping the American population from being able to ever be that effective again. So now we're in a situation where the thing that Trump said was very dangerous, even though it's unlikely that it would have happened. So when people are protesting that thing, it feels so toothless. It feels so milquetoast because it's
Dancing
not going
frogs.
to get anywhere.
Dancing frogs.
What's that?
Dancing frogs?
People at No Kings protest putting on frog.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
yeah.
the frog costume
and line dancing. Yeah.
Yeah. But that there's also like there's so many interesting questions to ask about this. And one of the things that I always want to talk about, I always want to shit talk to Europeans because I live there now, and y'all ain't shit. Y'all think you are, but you ain't shit.
Motherfuckers.
That when Europeans, especially like the French, like to talk about how Americans can't protest.
Fucking French.
It's because we've had 50 to 60 years of absolutely ripping the shit out of people to the point where we don't have anything. It's not the I have nothing to lose and therefore I'm dangerous. It's I don't have anything to lose and therefore I die. You know, if I don't go to work, I have no health insurance. If I don't go to work, I can't feed my children. If I don't go to work, I don't have a house tomorrow, because they can do that to you in so many places. That, like, it's not that Americans we're laying down and taking it like dogs. There are some who are. There are some who are absolutely fine with going through all this because they voted him in and they think that someday they're going to be a billionaire too.
Yeah.
But it's not that Americans are too dumb to protest. It's that we lose everything if we do.
And then my argument to the French is multi, right? Like, their unions are more powerful and they have more heavily unionized. They have a different form of government, unitarian government, whereas like they can just shut down Paris and the entire country shuts down, right? So you combine the protests in Paris, they just need to do one city, shut down one city, get the unions involved to like shut down trains and everything. Like, it's so much easier for the French populace to revolt and to protest because it's just ingrained, not just in them, but their culture is like, what I'm trying to say, it's just easier overall because of unionization and because
it's an enshrined quality in their public
geography,
consciousness.
in their public consciousness, their geography, their government, like everything. It is but don't remind them that in the 60s they shot thousands of Algerians and dumped them into the river there in Paris and like didn't talk about it.
The horrible virulent racism that infects the entire country.
Yeah, the French. Everyone, like, the British Empire was horrible, but everyone forgets that the French Empire was just as, if not more, brutal than the British Empire. Like, the French were just horrible for a lot longer. And another thing is the French. I was like, we do protest. We protested all through the 60s with civil rights. We protested in the Black Lives Matter protests in the 2010 and the 2020s. Like we do. It's just America is so huge and so vast, and there's so many people, and we're so spread out. Like they pop off in the major cities, and it's not necessarily going to overthrow a government. Like if it was all centered in DC, if you took every single, let's just say you took every single BLM protest in 2020, all those people and put them in Washington DC, yeah, maybe we probably would have saw a collapse of the government like the French have done before, or just shut it down at least. But you're not going to see that in America anytime soon because of how gutted the unions are, how broke and indebted, and how it's we're designed like that, like how indebted everyone is. It's extremely hard to protest. But it's like that by design. The Reagan cut public funding to colleges because in the report that he cited, they feared an educated proletariat. That's why they cut funding to public universities to keep people from going to them unless they took on massive amounts of debt. That's why millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alpha, well, millennials and Gen Z took out all these loans to go to college and were the smartest generations because we went there because we took the loans, took on the debt to do it. And they gutted the union so you can't really have strikes anymore. We used to have general strikes all the time that shut down major cities and shut down parts of the country, right? But they don't do that anymore. Now they had a general strike in Minneapolis. They called it lasted the day. They're like, it's just going to last a day. We'll shut it down. Like, no, a general strike is supposed to be, shut it down. It's supposed to be violent. It's supposed to be, this is going to happen until our demands are met. And we can't even really get that right. Like, it was a progress of what happened in the general strike in Minneapolis, but it's not like the Haymarket riots. It's not like the general strikes of like the 19 teens, right? In Seattle and LA and New York, et cetera, in Chicago. So it's just one of those things like Europeans, like Americans is like, yeah, I mean, if our country was the size of like New Jersey, it would be easy to fucking protest too, but it's not. Like, cool. The entire country was the size of Alabama. Yeah, it'd be really easy to shut down the government, but it's not. There's 330 million people in a country that's spans 2 oceans. Like, get the fuck out of here, France. You're the size of Texas.
If I put on my little
Freedom
tinfoil
Prize.
hat, if I if I put on my little tinfoil hat and I say something about the like Gen X and the millennials and in some ways the Zoomers, that they really, really like funneled us into going into STEM majors. Like they didn't want us to go, they said we could do anything. They wanted us to go to college. They made us pay for it. They told us you need to go into STEM, you need to go into STEM, you need to go into STEM. But if you go into humanities, that's where you learn about strikes. That's where you learn your history.
Yeah.
That's where you learn the things that are most dangerous to
But
the
you learn
empire.
critical thinking.
Yeah.
Like they don't want liberal arts
That's not
majors.
allowed.
They don't want English majors. They don't want literacy. Like they don't want history. They don't want that. They want people computers. It's just you don't learn critical thinking that way. You don't know about the past through that. So it is. I mean, you're right, Kai. They really did gut liberal art programs, and like go to STEM, be STEM.
Mm.
And now we have a
And
bunch
and
of
made fun of them the entire time.
yeah. Now we have a bunch of claviculars fucking shooting alligators and having seizures and getting felonies. And Elon Musk is dumb. Clavicular.
Dumb.
All right, men. Hold on.
Big dumb
Cis
idiot.
men. Cis men. This is for all the cis men out there. If you look up to a jackass that goes by
Start
clavicular,
taking estrogen.
yeah, you need to kill yourself. Like I'm just gonna be
Oh.
straight up honest with you. Like old school back in the day insult. Like you should just jump off a bridge. If that's your idol, you should just go away. Like for real. Like
Yeah.
the guy's an idiot. He is now facing like felony charges in Florida because him and like some other red pill jackasses like shot an alligator carcass. And even if you're like, oh, whatever the government, clavicular, they screenshotted him like closing his eyes and turning away as he's firing the gun. So like, let's not. You're
Oh,
like,
big baby couldn't look at the gun.
big baby couldn't fire
Oh.
his little Glock
It was
at
too
the
loud.
alligator.
It scared
It's like
him.
motherfucker, like calm down. I like. Oh my god.
Those
I
those
should-
red
I'm
pill
getting
those red pill
slugs on my
guys
thing.
the red pill guys that are selling you looks maxing, that are selling you incel rhetoric, that are doing all, they are selling to you. They are profiting off of your insecurity as much as the overall um, culture is profiting off of your insecurity and saying you need to be masculine. That the patriarchy is profiting off of your insecurity and making you more like this. They are selling you a different brand, and the brand that they are selling you is meant to separate you from the rest of your humanity. What little humanity you have left, they are trying to take it away by turning you away from the people that could help you, that could love you, that will bring you into their communities. Feminism works for everyone. Feminine femi- fe- feminism feminism lifts all ships. All right, Nelson, it's a ship pun. We got the ships here. It lifts all ships. We do better when we are looking after each other, and when you are buying into their bullshit rhetoric and then selling you courses, selling you looks maxing, they are telling you that you're not good enough. Women aren't telling you that you're not good enough. They are telling you you're not good enough. Fuck them. Fuck them and get out of it. And if you're listening to this and you're used to hearing a shrill ass woman like me talk all the time, you're not the one that I'm talking to, but I'm mad. I'm fucking mad about it. So I'm going to say it anyway.
Come and wait for me. I hear the walls are beating.
Mark's soul just left their body. I just watched it just shoot out of their forehead.
If you actually want to looks max, do what Mark did. Just take a prescribed amount of testosterone.
Follow
Go the other way.
some gender care.
Yeah.
Gets just like embrace
Go to
it.
therapy and get some hormones.
And learn how to shoot a gun without blinking your eyes and looking away, you fucking pussy.
So they were shooting an alligator carcass. It was already dead.
It's already
So
dead. And
they're just
apparently,
being,
like the Florida
disrespectful.
wildlife people were like, we're investigating this as this is actually a felony. So like you can't like shoot dead or alive. You can't shoot alligators out of season without a tag.
Yeah,
It's
they're very sure about tags. Like you do not mess around with that. They'll come get you.
But Clavictor Dick already had was arrested in Fort Lauderdale for I think assault charges. Then he had like a seizure on one of the streams, and I don't even what is
That's because he does meth.
Who the
It's
fuck
because
is
he's
Clavicular?
actively decaying on screen.
Yeah. I don't even know what this guy does. Why is he clavicular? Is he like have broad shoulder? Like are they trying to be like his
Is
clavicle?
it supposed to be a clavicle? Yeah. That's
what
what
I'm
I
That's
thought.
what I thought. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
they
it
were
because
like,
he's so skinny and like nasty?
You can see the
I don't know,
pocket.
he's, like,
The pocket.
and like they were saying
he puts like
clavic-
ranch dressing in one of them and gets like,
Dr. Pepper. Dr.
They're
Pepper
like-
in the clavicle
they were like
pocket.
clavicular
Straw or no
clavicular
straw?
they're like clavicular just mogged. I don't know, some other fuck it was
that
in
also
that voice.
sounds like some kind of like
Mark, what's that voice that you do that make that Gen Z voice like clavicular? I can't even do it. You do it perfectly.
number
that mono-
15.
Oh.
Yeah, it was in that version. It was like clavicular mogged but it was in that Mark voice, that Gen Z voice.
That's
The
from
Nuke's
like
top
that's from
five.
Nuke's top 5.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
But then somebody like
That guy
pulled up
rocks.
clavicular's mugshot and his like eye was all derpy. It's just like derp. And it was just like, how is this your god?
No,
Like
number 4, worst mugshots of all time.
also, Mark, you need to make something for Queso and send it to him, and he'll definitely open it on stream. Because some of the stuff he opens, I see Kai, Mark and I's, well, Queso's like the only streamer that I know besides Hassan. So like I keep getting Queso edits, and I think Queso's hilarious. And so like I'll just send Mark Queso edits, and like he'll open stuff that people make for him on stream. Like, Mark, you need to make Queso something funny. He'd probably really
Someone
like it.
crocheted him like
A life-size thing like of him,
I don't remember how tall it is, but it's
7
like
feet tall.
oh, you know this.
Yeah, I
And I
watched
don't.
the entire saga, Mark.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Mark. This woman,
last year
this-
my YouTube
yeah.
Wrapped said that I watched 400 something of his videos.
Okay, so if you're listening, Mark is a huge fan. You should have them on stream.
He's not listening to this.
If anyone listening can get up with Queso, we have Queso's biggest fan on the podcast.
Oh, speaking of
Mark.
that one mention of Hassan, have you seen people like Hassan is just in the hot seat again?
What do you do
He
this
hasn't
time?
actually done anything this time.
Yeah.
But
Like last time when he electrocuted his dog, quote.
Quote.
You know. I love that picture of like the Street Fighter thing where it's like him electrocuting his dog.
wait, okay, I just looked up. I
And
just
to
looked
be
up.
clear, it wasn't a shock collar. Apparently, it's like a vibrating like thing, and that dog lives
Well,
the
all
life of
shot
Riley.
collars are like that.
Oh, okay. I thought people were like saying, making it seem like he actually like electrocuted his dog. Not like
So-
a
People
vibration.
don't know what shot collars are.
We're gonna on this week of Jackass. We're gonna put a shock collar on Mark.
Well, that's the thing. It just like zaps you real quick. It's not like, live electricity, like you're putting a fork in the socket.
So
Mark,
I
have you put a fork
saw
in the socket?
No.
like a meme of like it looked like these political pundits were having like this really like serious discussion about somebody about like how important this person was in like stumping and all of that, and it turned out that they were talking about Hassan Piker, about like what are Democrats going to do about Hassan? It's like doing.
He's just some dude.
He's just some guy. Why
What
are
are
we all
Republicans
like
gonna do
this?
about
Why
Joe-
are we
what are-
all
yeah.
riding him so hard?
What are Republicans going to do about Joe Rogan? Like, it's just some jackass with a fucking. It'd be like, I have fucking more like, I have more legitimacy than either one of them because I have a master's in political science. Like, and I'm a white dude with a microphone, but like, fucking, they're just regular dude. They are regular guys. They have a podcast. They are regular guys. They stream on Twitch. Like, Joe Rogan is a stand-up comedian who got people to eat bull testicles, and now people are taking medical advice from him. He's like the number one podcaster in the US. And Hassan, like, granted, I agree with a lot of stuff Hassan says, but like, what are his qualifications? His dad was Chank from the Young
That's because
Turks.
he's
I mean, no, his uncle. I mean, yeah, but his head's really small. His head's too small for his body. It's weird.
I don't know.
I will continue to say I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't want him anywhere near me. I don't want him anywhere near my politics. I don't like him. I have no good reason to say
do
that.
not like
I
Hassan
just
Sam
know. I know somewhere in deep
I
in me.
will not listen to him in the house. I will not listen to him with the mouse.
And my thing about Hassan is always this, like, yeah, it's a great, it could be a good starting point for people like leaving the Democratic Party and getting into more radical politics. But the problem is when people just stay with Hassan and never progress past that into like, oh, what is decolonization? What is, Marx? What is revolutionary politics? What is, this, maybe I should read what a woman said, like about a Shakur or some shit.
Can
what I
we
mean?
please stop just riding men's dicks constantly? Can we please stop?
Yeah.
Just once. Just once.
Be the Carpathia.
Be the girly pop. Be the girly pop Carpathia lover.
Yeah, she went in 17 knots and all and ruined her engines to save her sister.
I saw one that was saying that like the ocean will not like sink a ship that's going to save other lives. It's like the ocean does not give a fuck, but I'm here for it. I'm here for the edit.
I'm here for it. Come and wait for me.
Normal people get like hot people edits, whereas this group we get Carpathia edits.
I literally was
I'll
like,
start getting them now.
I
I wasn't getting them before.
Yeah. People are like someone called it the Carpathia. It was like, it's the Carpathia. First off, it was like, was not just some fuck ass boat and like went into the thing. And then like people are like editing, like, why am I crying over Carpathia edits a ship from 100 years ago? It's like, yes.
I love people. People are so strange.
Oh
Aw.
my god. I was like, I'm crying over this ship. It was
Nelson and his boat autism.
I have boatism. I really
The
like
boats.
God. It's all the
Botox?
thing now. It's the Gordon Lightfoot, the record of Edmund Fitzgerald, like really wanting to get on that boat when I was in what's that fucking place in Duluth that was like a Laker that was a museum now, and like, oh, this is like the coolest fucking thing ever. Like, fuck, I have boatism.
Boatism.
See, I have a theory that for a lot of people it is big machine cool. So
Yeah.
my husband, this is gonna y'all are gonna make fun of me and you're gonna make fun of him, and it's okay, but I have a reason to say this.
Aw.
He really likes tanks. He loves
I
tanks.
love tanks.
For a lot of people, that's a red flag.
Adam and I do share like tank TikTok
Yes.
sometimes.
So for a lot of people, that's a red flag because people that are into tanks are usually into war history. Being into war history is a red flag because, like, especially if you're American, if you're British, being into war history can be really fucking weird.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say, but he's British.
but I was gonna say that, like, it's kind of that big machine cool thing, because when I've talked to him about it, like when we've gone to tank museums, we've gone to like Tank Fest that happens in the middle of the country. We went to it a couple of years ago, and it's like a lot of these people here are way more into the war history than the tanks. They like the dressing up, they like the like reenactments and all of that. And that feels a lot different to my husband's interest in tanks. And I said to him, I think for you it's big machine cool. And he said, yes, absolutely big machine
Yeah, it's
cool.
big machine
And
cool. It's just
for
like,
me,
oh my god, this engine, this like fucking Sherman had a V8 a V whatever gas engine was powered by this and it's big boom. Yeah.
and for
It's
me,
scary.
that is like space equipment, space flight stuff. Like I've gone to the Kennedy Space Center and absolutely just like lost my mind standing under the rockets that they have in there. Like for me, that is my big machine. Big machine, cool rockets. And for him,
we should go to Huntsville. We should go to Huntsville Space.
we
and
should
Rocket
go to
Center.
the Kennedy Space Center. We should go to
should go-
any place
we should
so
go
that you
both.
guys come over.
We should just say fuck it and
We
just
can
like
go to
live
the
our
Tellus
lives.
Museum.
What's that, Mark?
The Tellus Museum.
Yeah, yes, we should have. We should have done that. Big machine,
I'm kidding.
cool.
Yeah, but I
But
went to
they have
I went to the Space and
evolution
Rocket
of
Center in
vehicles
Huntsville.
there too.
Oh.
From like car to space vehicles.
Horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy.
But yeah, the in Huntsville they got the Saturn V.
Mhm. We
Yeah.
have one too at Kennedy Space Center.
Hell yeah, Kennedy.
That's I stood underneath it and I was just like in awe because
I would have
it's
had
like
a panic attack.
my brain is like each and every single one of those tiny little things that you see on this has to be made, and it has to be made with such low tolerance for any problems. And this thing has to work. It has to work to propel human beings into space. And how the fuck does this all go?
See the thing is there to me there is a point where like big machine cool gets to be, oh god, this is too big, megalophobia, like especially
Yeah, that's
when
where
it's like
mine starts.
not where it's not
That's
where it's,
because
like,
you're a
not
small
supposed
furry
to
animal
be.
that lives in the woods, Mark.
Yeah, if something's too big, like
Mark
too
has the
vast,
same like emotions as a chipmunk.
Yeah. Too high or water's too deep, we got problems.
Mark scurries away, which is Mark senses danger and scurries away. His way of surviving.
I do want to say that like out of this group, I'm the one that's the most adventurous to do anything. I'm the one that's like, we're gonna go swimming, we're gonna go out into the woods,
True,
we're gonna go do
true.
this, we're gonna do that. Like I got all these. Well, Mark doesn't count, but I got these other two cis men around me who are like too scared to do shit, and I have to force them to do it. So
And
I'm the
then
one that's gonna
it's
be like,
oh,
big
yeah,
rocket, cool.
by the way, I'm actually a really good swimmer. Just like going like a fish.
Oh, when we actually went swimming, I was so surprised because Nelson, like, I've been trying to get them to go swimming with me at Springs for years, and I kept showing him that, like, it's fine. You can see the water. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I got him to go, and he's like, oh, this is great. And he turned into a fucking otter. Like, you could not get him out of the water. He was having so much fun.
Is there something you want to tell us, Nelson?
No, it's because he'd be a
Since you're
bear.
an otter.
He's a bear.
my
We know
God.
that.
I don't like water. I can't really see through in areas where like venomous things can be. But like once I saw, I was like, all right, that's fenced off and it's clear. Okay, we're good.
It's just because your ancestors were weak. It's okay.
Wow. So I don't think there's snakes in Italy, Mark.
I don't. Do Italians swim a lot? Y'all got a lot of coast.
Hey, we swim in the
beach.
ocean. Mamma mia. We're having a beach. We kind of wade in. We have a cigarette.
beach.
We wade into the water. We have a cigarette and a glass of wine. I guess it's too much. And then
Yeah, that's right. You guys can't swim too much because you're too drunk all the time.
You're gonna drown.
Oh, do we have any more news?
Mark is an actual beaver, so he should be good at the fucking
yeah, that's
water.
it. Mark isn't a cub. Mark is a beaver.
Mark is 100% a beaver. I could totally
I'm
see that.
suspicious of that. What do you mean?
I could see you chewing on. I could see you chewing on wood, slapping your like pancake fucking tail and stuff, and building a hut,
And
and then
walking around like this a lot.
and walking around like that, and then like some jackass goes and blows it up, and you're just like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go build it again.
Yeah, watch me. I hear the sound of rushing
I hear
water.
running water, and I think absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm gonna make it everyone's problem.
problem. And tannerite is some redneck with tannerite is your biggest fucking fear.
It's okay, I'll bite him.
Nipple gone.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I can see you gnawing on wood, Mark. That's what I can see with your little hands.
Okay,
just gnawing on
Nelson,
some
just
wood.
call him gay next time, for the love of God.
I don't know, I don't would. It's kind of pleasant, I would think. Yeah, like a cartoon with a dog like throwing its head back and forth.
I could also see Mark having a piece of wood that's too big to go through a doorway and just like stopping.
Bonk.
Like no
Yeah.
thoughts about turning sideways, just like bonk.
I could totally see it.
Yeah.
Bonk, bonk, bonk,
It's
bonk.
okay.
No, but that we did go to that wildlife center or whatever it was, and we saw that little like muskrat that was under glass or a nutria or whatever it was, and we're like, that's Mark.
100% It was 100% Mark.
I can't believe I'm rodent coded.
You are.
You
You're
are.
100% rodent coded.
Man. I guess that's just something I have to deal with. I have to learn to live with.
Why do you think my husband said so many like small animal TikToks to the group chat, and it's because he thinks of you every time.
I just be in my burrow. Yeah.
Wrapped up in your den.
I can
Yeah.
see somebody hands Mark a carrot that's a little bit too large, and now they've got to walk through the zoo because they can't put their feet down because they're holding the carrot. Like, I love those videos. I love that like specific genre of video of like hand a beaver something, and now they can't like carry it in their mouth, so they have to walk around with it. They're so funny. Oh,
It's like, well, I guess I'm a man now.
exactly. That's exactly what you thought. That's once they
Yeah,
put you on the
fair
tee.
enough.
Once they took out the plumbing downstairs, Mark woke up
Yeah.
and went, "Well, I guess I'm a man now."
Yeah, I guess it's over.
All right, did we complete the news for this week?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about more news. Everything sucks.
Whitey's on the moon. But yeah. I'm coming
Oh,
away from
Tiger
you.
Woods has gotten into shit
Oh
again.
my god, again. It's like, yo, just go to rehab, dude. Like, just stop. Just stop.
So-
Apparently he said he called Donald Trump before it happened too, like before he got arrested.
Why?
Like, dude, just stop.
So I just want everybody to know where I live, where my house is way too good for the kind of people that me and my parents are. We lived in trailers, and then somehow my dad lucked into getting a mortgage for this house, even though at the time that we moved here, we were still in the blue collar side of the neighborhood. This is way too good for us. And the area that I live in is very clearly stratified by which road is like parallel to where you live.
Mm-hmm.
I am three or four parallel roads away from Tiger Woods' old neighborhood. I think I drove you guys through there one time, but it would have been years and years ago. But yeah, it's like there's millionaires. Like that's where Shaq's house was. It's where Tiger Woods lived. If anybody's familiar with golf, the Bay Hill Open happens around that area. So like this is like real rich people who live back there. And the last time that Tiger Woods got into a big fuck up is when he was still living in that neighborhood. So people like my dad has seen him around town. My best friend's dad saw him around town. Everybody has stories about seeing Tiger Woods around town. And what a fucking prick this guy is. He is just the worst. I remember my friend's dad saying one time, so my friend's dad is big time in the live entertainment business down here in Central Florida. And Central Florida's got Disney, got Universal, all that. This is not nobody. This man is known in the world of entertainment. And so he's a like very like like boisterous kind of person, like you know when he's in the room. And he and his friends had just finished golfing, and they went to a local restaurant that was down on the corner between where like that friend's family lived and the next parallel road that I was talking about. They saw Tiger Woods in there and they're like, oh, that's Tiger Woods. And he's eating alone. Why don't we invite him to come sit with us? And he wanted like nothing to do with them, wouldn't even talk to
Wow,
them.
what a jerk.
Like, but that compared to stories of when Shaq was around town. Shaq was apparently like the coolest guy. Like, if you saw Shaq, he was like really cool to anybody who saw him. So, like, Tiger Woods, get your shit together.
Mm.
Hmm.
In a world full of Tiger Woods, be a Shaq.
Yeah. Shaq used to have a tiny little restaurant.
A
So, you know,
Shaq.
where
A Sugar Shack. Bum, bum, bum,
y'all
bum,
y'all
bum,
remember
bum,
where
bum,
the
bum,
the
bum,
new
bum, bum,
Perkins
bum.
is? Right,
Yeah.
take you to like the new
Boo.
Perkins. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But in
The
that same shopping
millennial
center
Perkins.
is yeah, the like weird white tile Perkins. No more like beer and soda stained carpet.
The next time we go there, I really hope we get that waitress and she says something
Wendy.
about, well, we
We
get
gotta get
Wendy and I could be
Wendy.
like, oh yeah, your ex-husband's from Alexander City. And she's like, what? How'd you know that?
But in that same shopping center, Shaq used to have a tiny little restaurant. It was a New Orleans style restaurant. It was called Lanyap, and he had his shoes on the walls. And like when kids would come in, and the kids were like, "Oh my god, look at Shaq's shoes!" They would take him down and let kids like try them on or like take pictures with
Aw.
him and everything. And they would specifically, like my dad used to take me there a lot. They would specifically make me a non-spicy penne pasta to eat in there. I
Aw,
love them. They were so cool.
fun.
Oh,
And also in the kid lore, if anybody could get down to where Shaq's house was at Halloween, they would like give out full size candy bars because like it's fucking Shaq. What's he doing buying fun size?
yeah,
Of course, it's
exactly.
gonna be full size.
Right.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. Anything else today, guys?
I think that's it.
Let me think. Let me think. Anything weird and wacky I've seen?
Mark Vicular.
Mark's got way better skin than them.
Maybe that guy will get like rabies. So he'll go. Can you imagine this guy going to like a prison in Florida?
No, not at all.
Like we just, you know,
Mark
for
Vicular.
Oh, well,
He's
we
like
don't have to talk
Logan
about it too
Paul.
much, but we don't have to talk about it too much. But Pam Bondi's out,
Oh yeah.
so that happened.
Oh, there's
Done.
yeah, negative thing. Sean Harris lost the 14th congressional
Oh yeah.
district to a guy that kind of looks like he'd be one of those looks maxer guys.
Hmm.
Clay Fuller.
It was like 40 something to 50 something, right? He did a lot better than other Democrats, but he still lost.
Yeah, well he last time he ran against Marjorie, she went in person and like harassed him with a
Oh,
bunch
that's
of
good.
young men.
That's when we
Yeah.
went over. That's when we were visiting you. That was happening.
Oh yeah.
And we
Yeah.
kept walking by their office on that Main Street area.
God.
And it had a evil aura.
So
It did.
I saw a screenshot of like a tweet or whatever from Marjorie Taylor Greene, and her like Twitter name was like former, what was she, like former something or other Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I had a
Yeah.
full on like belly laugh just seeing that as like her name
She's
on
such a
Twitter.
loser. And then she's like, it's because I'm a woman. It's like, ma'am, I think you gave that up.
Yeah.
I think you've like forfeited the like you just suck. And she's such a coward. Her office wasn't even in Rome. It was up like in Dalton, an hour away.
Hmm.
So no one could come harass her. But now she's, you know,
Mark
she's not
Vicular.
daddy's favorite anymore. So, you know.
All right, Nelson, let's finish this up. We've been going for a while.
Hell yeah. All right, Mark. Do your thing, Mark Vicular.
Eat some soybeans.